In our series of learning the new features, advanced features of Oracle FCCs, we are going to learn a new topic for FCCs. Today's topic is related to the seeded consolidation rules. The seeded rules that is required for consolidation. As we all know, the final FCCs helps us to is a tool for which facilitate the consolidation of group financial data of group entities. So for that purpose, consolidation purpose, there are certain rules which are already available. They are seeded rules and available in every application, but we are supposed to deploy it. So without deploying that rule, we cannot get the required details, required figures as expected as from the consolidation of data. Say so what are these seeded rules? What are these consolidated seeded rules? So let's go and have a look on this. There are basically 9 seeded system rules available in this application. So these are equity, these are investment PP, then we have owner's equity, subsidiary and proportional. Similarly, owner's equity, subsidiary and proportional, and PP. And the fifth one is owner's equity and owner's equity PP, and owner's equity holding. And last two are net income subsidiary and net income equity. So the first two rules are related to the investment, so they take care of the investment elimination and investment regulation. And the next 5 rules, they are related to owner's equity, whether they are applicable for subsidiary in case of subsidiary or proportional, and in case of equity and holding, means subsidiary method or proportional method, and equity and holding method. And here the means it is the PP. By PP here we refer as prior period. So those earning or the owner's equity which is related to the prior period here means the period before the acquisition of the entity, of the holding of the subsidiary. And the net income is related to the retained earning and the minority interest income, minority interest calculation. So if we do not apply the investment will not be eliminated from our final consolidation figures. And if we do not apply this owner's equity, then the common stock, that is the share capital or the owner's capital, the figures will be wrong, will not be correct. We will see this in the application live. And net income, it is related to the net income, that is the retained earning or the which is distributed between the subsidiary and the holding. So this is our application, and I will just show you where these rules are available under the consolidation tab. The first tab we have this ownership structure. We used to define this ownership structure, and under the second tab, that is the consolidation process. Under consolidated, we have this option configurable consolidation. By clicking this, we land into this page, and now you can see all these are the consolidation rules that manages consolidation process. Now you can see all of them have been ticked with the green color, means they have been deployed, right? So what we will do, we will just create a new application, and and in the new application, it is by default it is not deployed. So we will deploy it one by one, and we'll see the result as per our requirement, whether it works properly or not. So for that, I will just first delete this application from the overview, and there are certain prerequisites are also required for this purpose. Remove this application. Okay, so for this purpose we have to ensure that all the entities, the subsidiary entities, the holding and the subsidiary entities has intercompany enabled. They all are intercompany entities, right? So we have to ensure that all the entities are the intercompany. Okay, we will just now create a new application and we'll see the result. So we will just create a new application, we will not migrate, we will use this option, create new application. With the start one, we'll give the name as CNSN, and in the overview of result of various seeded rules of consolidation. So we will check this one. Go to the next tab. We will use the period from 15 to 31. First month will be January. Main currency will be USD, and we will be using the multi-currency option. And the next tab, we will keep the period and moment as dense, traditional approach, and we will use the multi-gap, balance sheet, local gap, and we will use the local gap, PROD. We will create a one custom dimension, that is product. We will leave this one, parent input, control to date, combine year and period as single dimension. So all these are not required for our purpose. Consolidation, yes, we will use it with workflow. Intercompany, yes, we need this intercompany data. Without that, it will not give us the proper result. So intercompany data, intercompany aggregation will be addition. We'll take randomly two ratios calculation. Ownership management is yes with equity pickup. Okay, and partner elimination, take this also, and include just leave the other member. Supplemental, we will take supplemental, and enterprise general, and we will just move on to the next screen. It is giving us a brief overview of the features we have selected. Now go to the create. Now the application is creating, so it will take some time. So in the meantime, we will just go to our Excel scenario which I have prepared for this purpose, and we'll check the result with this. Okay, so randomly we have two entities, micro and mini limited, and this is the holding basically, and this is the subsidiary. Okay, and these are their balance sheet figures, and these are the asset side, and these are the liabilities and equity side. Equity. Okay, so I have randomly put some amount here for this, and now our balance sheet is tallied 605, 605, this one. And as per our additional information, the application is creating here. The 80% shares were purchased by micro limited, mini limited. That is, the holding holds 80% share in the subsidiary. Since so it will automatically generate the minority interest in the retained earning calculation. So as per the consolidation principle, all the assets and liabilities will be combined as it is. So here you can see trade receivable is 265, cash and bank it is 4,15,000, and the investment which we are making in subsidiary will be eliminated. It is basically, we will use the word here as eliminated in the consolidation financial in the consolidation statement of financial position SOFP. And goodwill, there will be a goodwill. For this, working is given below. And similarly for share capital, under the combined statement, only the share capital of holding will appear. It will negate or it will eliminate the share capital of subsidiary. Okay. And retain earning, there is a working. We will show the working. And for also for the non-controlling, there is a working. And let's see what is their working. And see, this is the trade payable creditors. The total amount is combined here. 285 plus 120, it comes to 4,05,000. Now we will just first calculate the goodwill. How the goodwill will be calculated here. So we have made an investment of 2 lakh. So net acquisition, non-controlling interest at acquisition, that is the non-controlling interest, that is the percentage which we do not own. So we do not own the 20% shares of subsidiary. So that I have also taken care here. And the less share capital, the share capital of subsidiary. The share capital here is 1,50,000. So by calculating this, we have paid more than the net income or the net asset of the subsidiary. So net asset of the subsidiary is here, it is 1,50,000, and the calculation here comes to of goodwill, it is 80,000. So as per our so the figures, goodwill will be calculated as 80,000. So you can see the figures I have written here as of goodwill as 80,000. Similarly for the retain earning, how the retain earning is calculated in the combined financial statement, this figure 24,000. For that purpose, 20,000 is the retain earning or the profit of the subsidiary which I have taken here, right? And we will take that percentage from the subsidiary to that extent to which we own their capital. So we own 80% shares in the of subsidiary. So 80% of 5,000, it comes to 4,000. So this will be the figure which will appear in combined statement of financial position. Now you can see 24,000. And similarly for the non-controlling interest which the holding company does not own, so it will be the 20% of share capital, that is 1,50,000. 20%, it comes to 30,000. And 1,000 is the retain earning. The total out of total retain earning 5,000. The percentage or non-controlling percentage is 20%. So it comes to 1,000. Is also the non-controlling interest will be 31,000. So out of this 1,000, out of this total profit, we have taken 5,000 to retain earning of the combined statement and 1,000 to the non-controlling. And similarly, the out of share capital, 30,000 will be shown, that is the 20% of 1,50,000 will be shown under NCI. Let's see whether application has been created. Okay, it has been successfully created. Now we will just go it. Now this application has been created, and let me first create one user here first, so that if in case of if we required it, manage user. Okay, we have user 1, already have the user 1. Edit, we will give some, okay, it has the required details. So, and user 1, we will change the password and save. Okay, and we'll give some role to it. Manage roles. Okay, it already has the roles. Approval. Okay. So the user has been, one user has been created here. Now we will just go and see whether the rules which we are talking about have been created or not. So we have gone through the scenario which we are going to work, 31,000. So all these figures have been the working we have seen, and how they will react or how they will behave is given in this sheet. Now we will see this, apply this in our application by deploying the different rules. Okay, now we will just go to the consolidation and see whether the rules which we have seen earlier have already been deployed or not. Go to this consolidation process. Under the consolidated configurable consolidation, now you can see the these rules have not been deployed. Okay, so we will just take a screenshot of it for better understanding of just do some page setting. Okay, tables, so this one, and just take the screenshot of this. And just paste it here we will use this one in the later stage. Okay, and we will just take the help of another instance to see the rules, deployed rules, how they appear, how they looks like when they have been deployed. So under consolidation process, under consolidated configurable consolidation, now you can see this type of rules. This one, they have been marked with a green symbol, the green tick. It means that they have been deployed. Okay, I will just use this one also, deploy this one. Okay, we will take the screenshot of this sheet also. Okay, now you can see the difference between these two. They have not been deployed, they have been deployed. Now we will deploy these rules one by one and see the result in our application. Okay, so I will just first close this one. And as we do not have any data in it, metadata, we will upload some metadata in it for our learning purpose. Let's see whether we have some or not. If not, then we will upload some data in it, metadata in it. Cash and cash equivalent, though we have the data in it. Cash details, and let's see for the entity also. Total geography, we have this T100, S100, W100 and N100. Okay, all these have been entities have already been available here, and you can see for our for running this rule, the entities must have been designated as, have been defined as intercompany asset. So we will be working on south one, or say on the north one, on N00, and we will see the property of this N101. Now consider this entity has been attributed as intercompany entity. Okay, so this is the one prerequisite required. So all our entity under N_100 have been intercompany asset, and we have the account also. Okay, now before that, before applying and deploying the rule, I must first apply the ownership, define the ownership structure. So for that, under this ownership, metadata has been changed. Okay, we will just select our entity. It we will be uploading the data in scenario actual year 15, period will be our December, January. Okay, and just click on this one. Now we can see our entity as north one, north this one. We will define this as our holding, and we have, as per our scenario, we own 80% share. Okay, so we will define it here at 80% and we'll save the changes, and we have to need to recompute the ownership data. So it is for scenario actual year 15 January recompute. So what we have done, we have created new application, we have metadata in that, and all the seeded rules have not been deployed yet. So we will deploy it one by one and see the figures. Okay, just go to the home one. Before that, we will just create a smart view for our purpose to see the upload the figure and result. New SV. Okay. I will just quickly connect this with the new application. Let's see ad hoc analysis. No, the application has not found. We will have to make a new connection. We will choose this console. There are no valid road. From smart view, we will just enable this, suppress the missing blocks, and we'll just click on refresh. Okay, now you can see we have been connected with the 11670 VIS SN. Okay, so I will just quickly will use this as I have already set the use the instance earlier. Also have prepared the case for our learning purpose. So from there we will just take the details. We will take the POV members and the data from there. Okay, entity is our, we will just delete this one. This is our west, but we will be working on north, so we will just north, delete this one and refresh it. Okay, we will define it here and we'll delete this row. Refresh it. I will just copy this for another entity because we will be needing two entities for our learning purpose. Okay, let's leave it. it is consuming our time. So it will be our input sheet, and what are the different figures we have to take. So I will just take these figures and will input it and refresh it first. Just change it to change alias. We will make it as default. Changes in account receivable, let's see. Maybe we have to again change the alias. Okay. Okay, let's do one thing. We will just create a new sheet for this console type. Clear sheet, content and POV. Okay. Okay, now we will define it one by one. Otherwise, it may create some issue with our working. Transpose. Okay. We'll delete this one and we'll define each one by one. So view will be periodic. Currency will be entity. Movement we will just define it as no movement, but we have to define this movement also for each and every member. Entity INPUT. For intercompany it will be no intercompany. Multi-gap we have local gap, and for product we have no product, and for scenario is our actual, year is our 15 and period is our Jan, and entity is our W_101. 101 have been, whether we have been writing it properly or not. Let's see and go into dimension. Entity okay, we will use this one. West 101. Okay, just leave this one, and we will just move this movement to pivot it to the columns. Okay. I don't know why it has been behaving like this. Okay. Now all these are our movement. We will define each and every member here. So take all these members first, and we have to define the movement for each and every members, account members. Just change it to default. Make it as none. Okay. There has been some issue with this application, seems to be. Okay, I will do some other, will try to do it with a different method, and let's see whether it takes the figure or not. Okay, it will be changes in cash for bank city. For creditors, it is changes in account payable. This scenario has already been tested by me for our regular purpose. In case of any issue, we will use that one also. We can use that. Okay, and for this changes in net income. Okay, just refresh it once. Okay, now we will input the figure for this our holding company and also for the subsidiary. For the debtors, it is 1,75,000. Common stock, why it has not yet been validated? Are we supposed to refresh the database? I think we will just refresh. Sorry. Oh my god, I think I have seen some other. God, it's in my bad, it's in my fault that the metadata has not yet been uploaded in it, you can see. So we will just go and quickly upload the metadata. I have actually basically I have seen this wrong application. I have seen that in the wrong application that the metadata has been uploaded here. So we will just go to the dimension and we'll import the required metadata. For the account, I already have the account metadata data. We will just validate it, so it is successful, and we'll import this one. Okay, imported successfully. Refresh it and we'll upload the entity. It is the entity data. Just validate it once. Okay, and import it. So the import has been successful, and let's see in the job whether this has been successfully loaded or not. Go to the job. Now it has been uploaded. Now we will just quickly see in the dimension and we'll deploy the see whether the members have been added or not. So it has been added, and with the ICP entities. Okay, so just refresh it. So it was a fault on my part that I have seen a wrong application. The data has been uploaded. So now we will just quickly, that's why it has not been giving us the figure. Okay, just delete this one. We will just make a new connection to this. data has been refreshed. Now we'll just create a we will create a new connection. HTTP. We'll use this one. Next. Servers. Console. Next. We will give it name as FCCs underscore 11670. Then finish it. So it is creating, it is connecting the smart view. The metadata has been uploaded successfully, and we will just quickly go and see once again the consolidation members. Consolidated, configurable consolidation. Now they have not yet been deployed. Okay, so we will just go and deploy it one by one, and we'll see the ownership structure north. So it has also not been defined here. Okay, for the north I will consider this as holding, and 102 will be our subsidiary with 80% ownership in it. We will just save it. And POV, just clear it and do it fresh. Okay, the data has been saved. Ownership structure has recompute the ownership data, actual 15 Jan. Now we will define it. Now we will just first move the entity to the column, and we'll move the movement to the row side. So view will be periodic. Entity is our W101, sorry, north. Currency will be entity. Data input. Just to refresh it first, check whether it is working properly or not. It has been working. Entity input, no intercompany. Gap will be local gap. No product. Scenario is our actual FY 15 January, and refresh it. Okay, now we will input the data. For that we have to define the members for it. So we will just copy all this one and we'll paste it here. Just refresh it. Now you can see we can input the figure here. Okay, so what we have done, we have connected this smart view sheet with our existing application and defined the members in which we are going to upload the figure as per our this scenario. So we will upload the figure as per our this scenario. And we'll see the result. Okay, so we will be uploading this for north 101 and also for north 102. Okay, so what are those figures? I already have the figures with me, so I will just go and upload this one for our sake of convenience, for saving our time, and just make it as faster, and we will submit it. Okay, now it has taken our figures, but we are getting a difference of 2 lakh because let's check it with our Excel scenario. Trade receivable is 175 and 90. 175 and 90. Banks it is 230 and 185. It is 230 and 185. Investment is 2 lakh. We are going to input this one right now. Trade creditors is 285 and 120. Now you can see 285 and 120. And what are common stock? 3 lakh and 150. 3 lakh and 185. Sorry, 3 lakh and 150. This one. And what is our retained earning? 20 and 5,000 for holding and subsidiary subsequently. So 20 and 50, 5,000. So for inputting the data for investment, we have to make one changes in our POV. So instead of this zero level member, we have to, for in case of intercompany, we have to define the name of the intercompany entity in which we are making the investment. So we are making investment in N102, that is holding, making the investment in this holding, and 101 is making investment in North 102, that is N02. So in place of intercompany, I have defined it as North 102 ICP. So I will just make the 2 lakh amount and will submit it. Now you can see when we will tally these two, our balance sheet will be tallied. Okay, so this is our first input sheet. Okay, now we will copy this sheet and we'll see the output. No rules, when no rules were deployed. Okay, just refresh it for our purpose. Okay, now this has been defined in the output sheet. So we will check the figures with when the no rules were deployed, when the investment rule is deployed, and when the okay, I will just use one data form text. Result with no rule deployed, investment rule when only investment rule is deployed, and when ownership owners rule deployed, and also the net income rule deployed. What are the scenarios? So we will choose this one first, no rule deployed, the result. Okay, so for the output, I will have to get ready this output sheet. I have already connected this with our application, and we'll have to make some changes in it in the POV of this one. So as already I have this POV with me. Okay, so the period, it will be periodic. Okay, entity will be our I will just change it to n, because we are working taking the example of n 100, and we'll change the basically alias default, because the after consolidation the result can be seen at the top level entity. So that's why I have taken the top member of this group, of this entity group. Parent currency, data input will be total data source, entity input will be consolidation will be entity total, and no intercompany will be intercompany top. So we are taking all the top members to see the figures. The rest will remain same. Just refresh it, and we will delete these two columns, and we'll take some other members in place of this, and we have to change the members also here. So we will just take these three, we'll delete this below this one, okay, and we'll change the movement to closing balance, because closing balance is the topmost member for the movement dimension. Okay, go to this sheet, option, suppress missing block, and just refresh it once again. Okay, and we'll use the other members also to see the result also. Refresh it. Now this is the top member. We will have to take the help of other members, the entity at which we have inputted the figure. So we will just take it as not 101 and not 102. Okay. Parent currency, total data source, entity total. So there is no difference between these three POVs, only the entity we have changed, only the entity, but the figures are not appearing here because we have not run the consolidation. So please remember, we have not deployed any rule as yet, and we'll see the figures. So first we will go and apply the rule, run the consolidation rule, basically consolidate, go launch. What is our entity? It is n_100, period is our Jan, scenario is actual, and our year is 15, F515. Just launch it. Okay, the run rule has been done successfully. Now we will come to this our sheet and we'll just refresh it. Okay, now you can see we got the figure, but the results are not as per our are not the expected figure. So as per our scenario, the assets and liability will be tallied, and the goodwill will appear, and the investment will be eliminated. Let's see. So here the debtors have been totaled here, 265. Bank has been total asset, and the creditors have been total successfully, but the common stock is still appearing at the have been total for subsidiary and holding. But here we are supposed to get the figure of 3 lakh only. You can see this one. Okay, and for this investment in sub, this investment in sub will not be appear here. It should be eliminated, but still we are getting at the console level. Okay, remember this is our console member, console figures, and for this retain earning we should have 24,000, but we are getting it here as 25,000, and the minority interest should be 31,000, but it is not calculating yet because we have not deployed the rules. Okay, and this is our common stock. So common stock is our 3 lakh, but we are getting it as 4,50,000. So this is when no rules were deployed. Okay, we'll use this one and we'll sum. When no rules were deployed, just color it some with some. Okay, now we will apply one by one the different rules. Before that, I will just make a copy of this output sheet and will rename it investment rule. Investment RULES, and we'll connect this with our smart view. Refresh it. Okay, I think it has deleted. I will just delete this one and use this. Refresh it. We'll go there and we'll suppress this one. Okay, now we got the metadata here, and we will see the result for this when the investment rule has been deployed. Okay, so this is our application. We will go and deploy the first rule of investment. Consolidation. Consolidation process. Consolidated. Configurable consolidation. Now we will apply these two rules, investment and investment PP. Okay, and we'll just click on this deploy. It will deploy the investment rule in it. So what the investment rule will do, when we apply this investment rule, when we deploy this investment rule, the investment will be eliminated and the goodwill calculation will be done. Okay, goodwill will be calculated, but the ownership percentage will not be changed. The common stock, the ownership percentage will not be applied to common stock, that is the share capital, and the retained earning, minority interest and retained earning calculation will not be done. But with the help of this investment, only these two figures will be changed. Okay, now this has been deployed. We will have to again run the consolidation, go to the rules, and we'll again run the consolidation. And January actual 15. Rule has been deployed. Go to our smart view sheet, and this is our first rule with no rule. This is our with investment rule. So I will just click on this one, refresh it. Now you can see we have deployed the investment, but still we have not got the figures. This should have been eliminated. Data source, parent currency is perfect. Parent currency, data source, and 100. Okay, we will just again deploy the same one and run the consolidation once again for the same period. And 100 January actual 15 launch. The rule has been set. Let's come and okay, we will just check whether this application is connected with the right application. not. Under the sheet info we have FCCS. Okay, the figure has not yet been changed. Basically it should have been changed. This one, investment in sub, this should be removed. Periodic, parent currency, total data, entity total. Okay, and investment in sub and 102. Okay, we have done a mistake here. In place of investment I have done it. It's my fault. So I will have to just delete, have to deploy again. Sorry, it's again my fault. We'll go to this consolidation and will undeploy the rule first. I have chosen a wrong POV here. Undeploy it. Okay, close it. We'll define the ownership structure once again here. See whether it has been proper. North holding and subsidiary. Okay, save changes. Do the recompute ownership once again. Recompute. Basically what mistake I have made, I have in place of North 101 I have taken the entity here as North 102. Just delete it and refresh. Sorry, just delete figure and submit it, so it will delete the figure. Here I have taken the correct amount, but the entity, the holding entity name have now been properly placed. Okay, this is the entity consolidation, and will make an investment of 2 lakh. Submit it. In the input sheet I have made these changes. Okay, now this has been accepted. North total north. Okay, recomputation. Now we will deploy the rule one by one again. It's in my bad. Configurable consolidation. Will deploy these two and deploy. No, okay, we will just deploy it. Okay, the rules have been deployed and we'll have to run the business rule. Consolidate and actual launch. Run successfully. We will go to this one. Now we will not touch this one, as these figures are basically correct. There is no problem with these figures. The problem lies with these figures only. Now we will go and just refresh it. Now you can see the investment sub figure has been removed. Okay, this figure. In this rule, when the no rule were deployed, 2 lakh was there. When investment rule is deployed, when investment rule deployed. So what is the result? It has transferred the it has calculated the goodwill amount of 2 lakh. Okay, and it has shifted the amount from investment to goodwill. You can see this one. Now we will use some other POVs for this purpose also, for our knowing the further details. So out of this we will choose West 101. We will take a North 101. We'll give a single column space and copied it in the 3 column, and we'll change the POV for proportion, elimination and consolidation, that is for the consolidation member. Where is our consolidation? And we will just refresh it. Now you can see the figures for this purpose, and we'll just copy this for other entity, our subsidiary, and 10 the same POV. Now you can see, check, the figures have been different now. The assets and liability have been total, no problem. The common stock is still getting, we are not getting the common stock figure proper, but we got this figure for this elimination investment one, this one. Okay, investment figure, we got this figure. Okay, there is no investment. So here also there is no investment. The investment has been moved from this consolidated figure, and we can see from where it has been moved, eliminated from entity 101, it has been eliminated by 1 lakh. Okay, and there is no change in the for the N102. This figure has been eliminated from N101, that is our holding. So it has been moved from N101 and have been shifted to goodwill offset here, this figure. Means from here it is moved and it has been added to the goodwill offset figure. There is no minority interest, you can just check. No rules have been when investment rule is deployed. Okay, now we will apply the third rule. Before that, we will just go and copy this one, and we'll change it as output owner. Equity rule. Just go and connect this sheet also. Refresh it. Okay. Now we will see in this, from here, the common stock, that is the share capital, will be applied here in this column, will be applied in next to, that is here. I will just change the color of this. So now we will go and deploy the third rule under our 11670 consolidation consolidated configurable consolidation, and we'll apply all these 5 rules. Ownership related to owner's equity, owners 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, and we'll deploy this one, completed, close, and we'll run the business rule for consolidation. Actual. Okay, the rule has been deployed. Now we will go this one and we'll change the details here, and we'll see the result. Now you can see the figures have again been changed. The common stock which was coming earlier as 4,50,000 has been reduced to 3 lakh. Okay, so now it has taken the share capital of only the share capital of only holding, that is N101, and now it has calculated the goodwill also correctly, 80,000. We will go and check this with our scenario. Now this has been eliminated. Okay, this has already been eliminated, and goodwill is our 80,000. So goodwill is our 80,000, you can see, and the share capital amount is 3 lakh. The share capital amount is our here is 3 lakh. Okay, and all retain earning, we will see the figures of retain earning also. Retain earning is 24,000, but still we are getting the retain earning figure as 25,000, which is not correct here. And also the non-controlling interest have not yet been taken care of. Okay, I will just use a minority interest. I think it has due to no figure, it has been not appear here in it. Minority interest coming as here 30,000 basically, so it should be 31,000. So in the next when we deploy this rule, these two will be figures will be changed, this one and this one. Okay, this figure and this figure will be changed. Okay, before that I will just go and copy this one and we'll rename it as net income. We'll connect this with our required application FCCs and make it as, so I will just write it here as when owner's equity rule applied, OW and ERS. Okay, and just see now the last rule we are going to apply. Go to this application. Under consolidation, we will apply the last two rules. Consolidated, configurable consolidation. Now the two rules, this net income rules, net income subsidiary and net income equity. We'll deploy this one. The rules have been deployed successfully. Close and we'll run the business rule once again. Rules, consolidate, launch. The rule has now been successfully deployed. Go to our sheet and just refresh it. Now see, the figures have now been changed. These two figures, retain earning, I will just copy for our sake of convenience. Now you can see earlier the retain earning was 25,000, now it has come as 24,000. Okay, and minority interest is our 31,000, earlier it was 30,000. So use some other color for this purpose. Okay, and all other figures are same. Goodwill this one and common stock is also there. Now we will check this figure with our scenario. So we have no inventory. What are the trades for receivable? It is 2,65,000. Trade receivable is this one, our 2,65,000. So this figure have been passed, have been met. Okay. Now cash and bank balance 4,15,000. 4,15,000. Goodwill is our 80,000. So goodwill is our 80,000. I will, okay. So this is the parents. That's why it is coming for the twice. This is the parent and this is the child. That's why it has been showing it as twice. Then comes the share capital. Share capital is our 3 lakh. It is 3 lakh. Retained earning is 24,000. Retained earning is our 24,000. Non-controlling interest is our 31,000. 31,000. And trade payable is 4,05,000. It is our 4,05,000. So these three are the scenarios. Okay. So with this, so this is how the figures works for this, for our purpose, for our these rules take care. They provide us the result. So we will just copy this one. When not deployed, when deployed. Okay, and we'll just use the same. So what are the different results? We will just insert a table. Let's say 4 rows. Okay. So when the no rules are deployed, just delete the additional line items and just copy this one. Okay, these are the figures when the no rules are deployed. Okay, in our second scenario, when investment rule is deployed. Make it larger so that we will be able to see this one. Okay. So we are not taking the pictures of all the POVs for the sake of learning and seeing purpose at our end. Okay, now we will just put no rules. Investment rule. When owner's equity rules deployed. And the fourth one is, we will have to take this one to this here. When net income rules deployed. you can one can see the result for all this. Just see when okay, to make it as 16. So I will just make this also as 16 so that we will be able to see the figures. When no rules, when investment rule deployed, equity owners rule deployed, and the net income rules deployed. So these are the three basic difference. In the first, when we applied first rule, no rules is applied, everything is copied to the consolidated statement. When the investment rule applied, the investment figures get removed, eliminated. And when the owner's equity rule applied, the common stock, the investment amount will be eliminated, plus the common stock figure uh, will be of only entity, we have the holding company will appear, and the goodwill will also be calculated as per the expected result. And but when the net income rule is applied, besides above two rules, we get the correct figure for retained earning and also for the minority interest. So in this rule, my retained earning and minority interest was not calculated as expected. So these are the basically the different scenario, the different figure, the output we get when we apply the different rule as per our requirement. So in nutshell, when the second rule is applied, the ownership structure is percentage applied for the share capital, but the retained earning, minority interest and retained earning calculation was not done. But when it is applied when we deploy the net income rule. This is the figures basically. I think I must change this figure. I have noted it as not noted as wrongly. This will remain pending. The goodwill calculation will be done when when we apply the second rule. So I will just delete this one and will apply this. Okay. Insert a text box here and save it as picture basically. Okay. Now this is the correct scenario. Okay. So this is the summary of deploying the different rules. So with this we end our session for today's session, and hope you like this session, this topic, and you will find it useful. And in case of any query or questions, you can always reach out to us at support bispsolution.com. And for such other useful and knowledgeable videos, you can see the videos on our YouTube channel also. So with that, hope you like this today's session. With that, I say goodbye to you, and we'll meet again with some other topic. So